Shalom Aleichem, sweetest friends. This year should be a special schus for Moshe Yehuda ben Peshadina. He should have bracha v'atzlacha b'chol maaseh yadav. Such a special Jew. We're going to be continuing our series of shiurim in the Ein Ayav, Marna Rav Zatzal, and we are in the middle of the Gemara that explains, based on the Psukim in Yeshaya, why there was a churban, the various sins of the Jewish girls, the holy Jewish girls who weren't acting so holy. And we spoke about the lack of tznius and the gaiva. So the Gemara says, this is Daf Samach Beis in Maseches Shabbos. My Purano Sehan, what is their punishment? Kedarish Rabba Bar Ula, Vayatachas Boisem Emakyi, Mokum Shoyim Mizbas Boisboy, Nasa Nemokim Nemokim. That's what it means. Vayatachas Bosem. Instead of Bosem, instead of the place where they would perfume themselves, mak. What's mak? There's a mak truck, but this is a different type of mak. This is to decay. Rashi says, Kemo hamek bisaro. He cites a pasuk in Zechariah, Perek Yudalid, which is a raya that Rashi learns Zechariah Perek Yudalid. Not everybody does. Of course, Rashi wrote a parish in all of Tanakh. So, the place where they would be mizbasem, tachas boisem instead of bosem, and makiyah, it's going to be decay. So the Rav explains that this is parallel to what we learned earlier. The first of their sins, shahayu mahalchos b'koim zekufa, and they would go with a kom zekufa, which means they would go with an upright posture, which we said meant that they don't need anybody else. When you're a little bit bent over, it's your way of saying, I don't have it all within me. I need you also. But when you walk with an upright posture, you're trying to show I have it all. That's the kavanah. That could very well be the kavanah. Could be that the doctor said it's not good for your back to be bent over. We're talking about people who are doing it al zgaiva. That I have it all. I don't have to bend for anybody. So parallel to that, vaya b'tachas boisem me'aki. Az avin iret l'shonah zahav shel Maran Harav Zatzal. הגאווה ההוללה שהביאה את הארץ היותר מסוכן שלה, this despicable gaiva that brought about its dangerous poison. We spoke previous year about the poison they injected in the boys. עד שהוחלט בלב שכל כוח מיוחד הוא צריך להיות רודה בעצמו בכל חופשיות גאוותו, בין שום סגירה שבתוך כלליות הקומה נמצאים כמה כוחות שצריך לחפשם. A person thinks they have it all, they stand up straight. There's no koach within them that they have to conquer, that they have to contract, that they have to temper. No! All of my kochos I can let loose, I can let free. It's מסוכן מאוד. It's very dangerous. Dangerous, אומרים Americans. I don't know Hebrew. English or Hebrew. My first language, baby language. It's what I speak the best. Everybody speaks their first language the best, no? In any event, the ha'alama zot, so that's what these people think. I have it all. I stand up straight. I don't have to bend to anybody else. I don't have to bend any of my own kochos. You just let everything go free. All of my kochos are perfect. ha'alama zot me'achesroנות הטבעיים לאדם, מביאת בעליה שיוחשו החסרונות הגופניים בניבולם על ידי החלאים והמס הבשר המקולקל. This hiding from the natural chesronos of a person bring its owner that they should feel the physical chesronos in their ruin through disease and the decay of the flesh. שאינו בא כי אם מפני הקלקול הנמזג בגופו של אדם. That is only coming because of the kilkul, of this corruption that is mixed in to the body of a person. ובזה יישבר לב הזונה של הגאווה. Since this person has this kilkul, this corruption within their body, and now they're feeling this decay in their body, in their flesh, that's what breaks their arrogant heart. שהרי בעין יראה שאיננו שלם בתכלית, ולא יוכל להתרומם על כל קלקול. This way, you don't mind I speak Hebrew? This way, the person see that he's not perfect. He sees the chesronot in his guf. You see the chesronot in your guf. I live in Israel for over 30 years, so it like has influence on my accent, if you noticed or don't. Am is my favorite Hebrew word. So, when a person thinks he's got it all, and then all of a sudden the body begins to rot, it sort of generates a sense of humility. I don't have it all. I'm not Mr. Perfection. Illness has a way of doing that. You speak to people who are ill, they're much more humble. Much more humble. A person gets up in the morning, he's powerful, gets in his $90,000 car, steps on the gas, flying down the highway, playing his music. He's thinking about what he's going to do that day. He's got 150 people working under him. But lo aleinu, and lo alav, lo alaf echad. But sometimes a person gets hit in the goof, and all of a sudden all the gaiva just goes bye-bye. Bye-bye gaiva. Because we realize that be'etzim, one little thing goes wrong in our body, geendigt. We're finished. We're chopped liver. The only difference is that chopped liver has a mila that it tastes good, and the person is just nothing. Finished. Doesn't even taste good. Tastes bad. I don't know. I've never tried to eat people, but I heard too many cannibal jokes, so I'm guessing from just my imagination. ומזה ידע שגם בקרב נפשו ימצאו כהן הקלקולים למחביר שהכבישה, שהכבישה, ולא השילוח בזקיפת הקומה היא רפואתם. And from there, the person can deduce that just like his body is not perfect, it's not as strong as he thought. Did you say in English? Thought? Thought. He's not as strong as he thought he was. So too in his soul, he also has chesronos. He's going to realize if my body isn't so perfect, my soul's not perfect, I'm not a perfect being. There's only one perfect being, and he is one. Shem Echad. That's it. Nobody's perfect. So, a person gets it in his body, and then he says, wait, if my body isn't, so my soul isn't either. So this Zakifus Koma, this upright posture, really has no place. Al ken, makom shemitbasmot bo, naasa nimakim. The place that these ladies would perfume themselves became decayed. שזה מורה על חיסרון בגוף ערק הבשר, שרואה להורס החיסרון נמזוג בישוס היחידה בכללוסה, ואין לו על מה ללחץ בקום הזקופה, להורס שכולו מלא השלמה. So in the place that they would try to smell good, try to show themselves off, that's where they said, no, this doesn't smell so good. Schmeck nicht git, as they say in Portuguese. Not contemporary Portuguese, ancient Portuguese. I don't know if you ever studied ancient Portuguese. But when I went to college, nobody wanted to study that, so I was the only person in that department. I got the best grade. Try that. I typed the fastest, by the way, in an old-fashioned typewriter in my whole neighborhood. Really. Typewriter. I don't know if if you're watching this, you're under 40, you probably never even saw a typewriter. But when I grew up, that's what we used to write on. Typewriter. Not somebody left, but I write the fastest in the whole neighborhood on a typewriter, not in the keyboard. People use this. What are those machines called? computers, something like that. In any case, the place where they would be mizbasim became the makan became decayed. To show there's a chesaron in the guf. So the chesaron in the guf. So it also makes sense that there's a chesaron in the nefesh. So this very beautifully is a parallel of the first punishment, of the first sin. Yan ki gavu b'no sion shal mahachas b'kom zekufa, which the Rav said earlier. You always have to learn the Agaditis together, the whole thing, the whole section, because it's all interrelated, obviously. So just like they were walking straight up, showing I don't need to contract any of my powers. I can just let myself completely free. I have no chesronos. I don't have to bend to anybody else. I don't have to bend anything within myself. Then they got this chisara now in their basar. There's a chisara in the basar, which makes them realize the chisara in their nefesh. And they have to fix themselves. To fix. Nobody's perfect, sweet friends. If you ever want to see an imperfect person, you ever want to be critical of somebody else, first look at a different imperfect person. Get perspective. Take a mirror, a little mirror, maybe those little tefillin mirrors that the poskim say, some say you're allowed to use, some say not. Anyway, get one of those tefillin mirrors and look in the mirror and tell, I'm not perfect either. It's great. It's very cool. It's very true also. In any event, sometimes you have to say, you're a parent, you're a spouse. Who else is going to fix your spouse if not you? Why did the spouse marry you if not to hear criticism all the time? In any event, that was a bad joke. Better not to criticize. Just about everyone. That would be a good cheer, but not for now. As they say in ancient French, Megay weiter. V'tachat chabgura nikpa. Ma kavana? Instead of a belt will be nikpa. What's this nikpa? מקום שהיו חגורות בצלצול, נעשה נקפים. In the place where they would gird themselves with a belt, it became full of bruises. This bruise, because of this nikuf, the wound caused by this bruise is a local illness. מכוונת היא נגד הגאות של הליכת נטויות גרון. This is the second thing that we saw earlier. That first we saw that Yomer Hashem Yan ki gavu b'noi Zion, the erste Zach, the zweite Zach, vatelachna netuyot garon. They went with outstretched necks. So this is going to be corresponding to the outstretched necks. This nikuf of in this specific place, and this where they would put their belt. They girded themselves with a belt. Why? המורה שאין צורך לשום חלק להיות משוער ממשהו גבוה ממנו, והוא רעיון של ניגוד הקישור של הכוחות למטרה אחת. The head is turning away Nutiyah's garden because the rest of the body doesn't even have to listen to the head. You don't really have to take assessment from what's higher than you. And this is an idea of contrasting the connection, going against the connection of all of the kochos for one purpose. In other words, this Nutiyah's garden is saying all the kochos don't have to go for one purpose. Each koch does whatever it wants. ובזה אין מקום מוסרי לחגורה, שיסוד הווייתה היא התאמצות כל שרירי הגוף לחטיבה אחת. There's no ethical reason now to wear this belt. What is the belt supposed to do? The belt keeps everything together. The belt, they used to wear these long ropes. They ask today why people with short coats wear gartels. The whole point of the gartel is if it's long, so it's supposed to keep it, connected to you, as opposed to just flying all over the place. Whereas if you're wearing shorts, short doesn't fly all over the place. So why do people with short coats wear gartels? It's a good question. Because I've been wearing a gartel now for, I think, 16 years. And for that amount of time, I've also been wearing a short coat, much longer, since I wore a garnier. But I wear one anyway. That'd be a good topic maybe for another time. But that's what the gartel does. That's the belt. The belt is supposed to gather all the kochos together. It brings everything. It's supposed to tie everything up together. All of the muscles, not only the clothing, the muscles of the body. אבל להיות החפץ גם כן נעזב לשמירת הלב, עד שכל חלק בפני עצמו נותן לו את כל חפשיותו, אז המקום שחוגות בו בצלצול, לקשר את כונניות הגבייה בכללה, נעשה נקפים בחברות פרטיות. ואין אפשר לחגירה זו, שמאותה נכחשת על ידי הדעה הכוזבת, שתבוא במקום שתמצא בחפץ. כי בשרירות הלב המשולחת מביאה את הכלכלה מידה במידה. So here we have a מידה כנגד מידה. This person says that all my kochos haguf don't have to work together. Each koach prati can work individually. Therefore, I'm no tegaron. I turn my head away from the rest of my body. So therefore, mida keneged mida, this makom that's supposed to bring everything together is going to have all these bruises, all these individual bruises. And this is supposed to show that, your kochos hapratim want to go on their own, so you're not going to have this belt anymore to bring all your kochos together, to gather yourself, to make yourself into one, to bring all your muscles, to unite them to one organic whole. The person's not going to have that anymore because they can't put the belt on, because there are all these individual bruises. This guy wanted individual. This koch does this, that koch does that. So that's against the Netuyos Garon. They're going to have all these individual bruises, and there's going to be no more room. Can't put a belt anymore because of the bruises. Okay, this is the very interesting hemshech here in the Gemara. So we're going to see it Bli Neder B'Siyata D'Shmaya the next time. And we should be zoch in the meantime. Lil Modu Lamed, L'Shmor V'La'asot, U'L'Kayim is called Divrei Salm Torah B'Yahava. Amen v'Amen. Shalom, shalom, sweetest and most beloved friends.